Hey everybody, it's Matt from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to show you my A.O.D Agents of Destruction deck. So basically the entire deck is from the anniversary, apart from a couple of older cards, because that's just how you really do it. So starting off with the leader, he's got a permanent, is all your Agent of Destructions have no specified cost, so it's the one cost from way back when, but as a leader, for that effect anyway. And then auto, when his card attacks, you add up to one card from your life to your hand, so optional on that one. You look at the top 5 and you add an Agent Instruction to your hand and then shuffle your deck. Awakening is 4 or less and it's a 1-1, so you get an energy and a draw. And then we flip him over and he becomes Marching Boo, leader of the Agents of Destruction. Because, yeah, that doesn't look weird at all. So it's got the same permanent as the unawakened side about the specified cost. And then activate main once per turn. You can choose one of your Agent Instructions with an energy cost of 2 or less from your hand and play it. Doesn't negate the skills, so you get any on-play skills. And then activate main for his other effect is once per turn you pay 3, choose one unison card with the Agent Instruction as card name in your hand and play it with 3 markers. So that's the leader for you. So we're going to the deck then. Start off with, we're going to do the unison. Kind of still trying to figure out how to do deck profile with unisons now, because it's like, where the hell do we put them? So we've got Vegeta, Resolution, Agent Destruction. Don't bother using the Janemba unison for this deck. That's just more for the mill deck, really. I mean, you can use it in here, but it's alright. But primarily I'd feel like you want to focus on the Vegeta. So he's got a specified cost of 4 green, but the leader gets around that by paying 3 and he comes out with 3 markers. He's always got double strike and crit, and auto, choose one card in your hand and discard it. When he's played, you choose all your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO them. So he can come out quite late in the game and just wipe your opponent's boards without any restrictions, with just for you discarding a card, which is crazy. In the matchup against Joe, that effect didn't come in because I was killing his board by other means. So his first effect is +1, he gains 5k. So for a +1 he becomes a 25 double crit, which is a lot of pressure. And then if you can get to his -5, if your leader card is either Wizard, which Bobbity is, obviously, or your leader card, or all of your energy is mono green. There, tongue. Choose 3 cards in your opponent's hand and discard them. I don't know why that is like my tongue just can't get those words out in that succession. Yeah. So you get to his -5. That's just evil. Like really, pun. Wiping your opponent's hand for 3 cards. Can obviously help you close out the game. So into the extra cards then, we have 2 Power Burst. So this is a Spark in the Gate. I can't even remember what set this was back in. Set 5. Well, I was going back a while. Well, that's what it feels like now anyway. So negates the attack, and then you can choose a is it black card? Yeah, black card for entry cost of 1 and add it to your hand from drop or warp. That effect doesn't become relevant, it's just a Spark in the Gate for a deck, just to give you that extra safety. And Sparking is when you got 5 or 5 in the drop. Yeah, because this is a negate attack as well. So then we got Max Power Kamehameha. This is from the anniversary. It's got 2 effects. It's a counter attack, you negate the attack, and then you may send 4 cards from your drop area to your warp. God damn it, because of words. Yeah, you may send 4 cards from your drop area to your warp. If you do, return this card from your drop area to your hand, and you can't activate copies of this card for the turn. And then his activate main is you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost greater than their current energy, and send it to your owner's warp. Which is great. So he's got 2 utilities, but you can't get him back. Well, you can't get the card back with the activate main, only with the negate, which is fine. And then I got 3 copies of the Agents of Destruction Strike Back. So cost 1, the yellow cost is irrelevant because of the specified cost thing gone. Permanent, it gains 8 instruction in all areas, which is very, very relevant because it makes it searchable and all that kind of other stuff. And then its activate main is you look at 2 cards on top of your deck, add up to 2 age instruction in their card names from one end, put it to your hand. If you don't see any age instruction or you only see 1, the other cards go to the bottom of the deck, and then you can take a life if you want to. So the taking life is optional, so always try to remember that. Don't always have to take it. So the deck can awaken very, very quickly, just off the leader and that. Okay, so on to the battle cards. We only have 4 copies of a 1 cost, and it is the A.O.D Overseer Destruction. Right, so he's got Barrier and Permanent. You can only have 1 of these out, and he reduces the specified cost of your agent destruction. So it basically has unique before they gave it a keyword. And then Mason got no specified cost of the first permanent. His other permanent is reducing the cost. So this was before, obviously, the agent destruction deck became an actual thing, because there was the older agents. So making it so they have no specified cost, he's got Barrier, and then reducing their costs. It's just really, really powerful, and it needs to be a 4 of in this deck, I feel. You could probably run less if you really, really want to, but it's just consistency, I feel. It's always the best thing to have. Because there is a lot of barrier removal in the game now, isn't there? Yeah. Right, so we'll start off with the super combos. We've got 2 copies of... Well, into the 2 costs, isn't it? So yeah, start with the super combos. We've got 2 copies of Law Slug, Mighty Agent Destruction. So super combo unique, auto, when your opponent activates a counterplay skill, they choose 2 cards in their hand and discard them. Kind of wish it was just counters in general, but it'd be way too good if it was just counters in general. Just so powerful. He doesn't draw you any cards, he's just there for the counterplay effect, and being a super combo 10k if you need that 10k power. And then I've gone with the Temporal Rescue Trunks, because you need this is a black leader, so you need to have black super combos if you're not going to use Law Slug. So this is just your sparking 1 that draws, so you've got 5 in a drop, you can draw a card. Yes, I could just stick with 4 Law Slug, or I could do 3, 1 or what, but I like having the extra draws, especially because once you've awakened, this leader doesn't really add cards to your hand. You're relying on your other cards to do that. So having the extra draw, I feel, is a nice addition to have. So that's the super combos. So into the rest of the cards then. We've got 4 copies of Turles, Agents of Destruction. So he has Barrier unique. Kind of wish he didn't have unique. So you'll understand why in a second. So when you attack with him, you look at top 5 cards on top of your deck and you add an agent instruction to your hand and then shuffle. So imagine having 3 of these out and just going, yeah, I'm just going to search multiple. Be a bit crazy. The reason why it's a 4 of is there's no reason not to, really. With pretty much all the agent instruction stuff on the anniversary, you may as well just max out on them. Because they're just really, really powerful. And of course, if he dies, you want to get him back as quickly as possible, because he's your main searcher once you've awakened. I mean, well, sorry, no, I say that, but you do have the extra card, but more searching is always good. So onto the next card then, we've got 4 copies of Garlic Jr. So he's a counter attack, you negate the attack and you play this card. Yes, it could just drop Power Burst and have 4 Garlic Juniors and negates, but because I think it's just my personal play style, which is why I run 2 Power Bursts as well. And I had the deck space, so thought why not. So then he's got an auto of when his card is played, You play up to one Agent Instruction card with an energy cost of 2 other than copies of this card from your deck with its skills negated for the turn, and then you shuffle your deck. So play him, gets wherever he is. Where's he gone? Slug. Because, yeah, then you got a super combo on the board and you got Slug's effect. Or you get, obviously, one of the other ones, you can get Turles. Because the other one, you really don't want to be getting off this effect, because it has an auto on place effect, so it'll be negated. So for the other two costs, we've got Android 13, Agent Instruction. So counterplay, if your leader card has Agent Instruction in its card name, which it does, the battle card your opponent is playing, if it has an energy cost of 3 or less, it's placed in the owner's drop area instead of being played, and then they choose one card in their hand and discard it. And then this guy comes into play, and then with his auto of when this card is played, you shuffle up to a total of 2 Evil Wizard cards and or cards with Agent Instruction in their card names from your drop area into your deck. So I remove something of yours and then play him and get more use. So that's what I mean. Like, you don't want to be playing it off Guard Junior unless you like want to get more things on the board to try and go for endgame next turn, in which case then it's probably alright to do. Okay, so into the free costs. So we're going into the older Agent Instruction stuff to start off with. So you got 4 copies of Bojack. So Bojack is, when his card is played, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and switch it into rest mode. And then he has Activate Main, pay 2. If this card is in rest mode, you choose your opponent's leader card, and it can't switch. Switch it to rest mode, and it can't be switched to active mode until the start of your opponent's next turn. But obviously, if it's already in rest mode, then you just lock it down. Lock it down is always a good thing. And then next one is 2 copies of Vegeta Agent Instruction. So his auto is, when he's played, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 25k power or less and KO it. It's literally just in there for ball removal, because you can't get his other effect off because it's not a red leader. Because it's Activate Main once per turn, pay a blue and a colorless. If your leader card is red, this card gains 10k power, double strike and dual attack. So it's literally just there as a bit of board removal and 20k beat stick, which you can play for free because of the leader's awakened side. And then we've got 2 copies of Android 13. So Android 13 is critical. Activate Main, you pay 2. You choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. Then your opponent chooses a card in their hand and sends it to the drop area. Well, discards, but yeah. So last one of the older style Agent Instructions. I'm pretty sure this is all of them. No, there isn't. There's a 4-cost one. So this is the last of the 3-cost ones. We got Lord Slug as a one-off. So auto, when you play this card, your opponent chooses one card in a hand and places it in a drop area. So more discarding, which is always good. And then Activate Main, once per turn, pay a green, choose up to one Slug's army from your hand with an energy cost of 3 or less other than Lord Slug Agent Instruction, and play it. It's not there for that effect, it's just there as an Agent Instruction which you can play out for no cost and make your opponent discard a card. So no harm in doing that. So from the anniversary, our Agent Instructions that cost 3. We've got Broly as the first one. So Broly, Activate Main, you pay 1. You discard this card from your hand and add 1 card of Agent Instruction from his card name from the drop area to your hand. So way of getting your Agent Instructions back, which is great. And then he has an auto of, when this card is played, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 5 or less, KO it, and then look at 3 cards on top of your deck. You can add a card from there to your hand, and then you discard the other cards. So you get 1, discard 2. Which is absolutely fine, because you can recycle your Agent Instruction, and you know, it filters the deck, and it gets you any card you want, so that's always very, very useful, instead of just going, look at top 3, get an Agent Instruction, discard the other 2. And then we got 4 copies of Hachiyak. So Hachiyak has activate main, pay 1, you discard this card from your hand, play up to 1 evil wizard Barbody with an energy cost of 1 from your deck or drop area, and then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So we get Barbody! Yes, with Hachiyak you can run less of this because it can be in the drop area, you can get it back, or it can be in the deck, you can get it, but there's, like, as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason not to run 4 anyway, just because it effectively gives you 8 copies of it, so you've got more chance to see it on your turn 1, because that's what you really want to do with it. Also, if you don't have Hachiyak and you only have this, you need to make sure you can charge a blue to play him on turn 1, so always helps. Turn 1, that's what you really want to be doing. And then he has an auto of, when this card is played, you choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with the energy cost of 4 or less, send it to you in his warp, and then place up to 3 battle cards from your opponent's drop area to the bottom of the deck in any order. So get rid of something, and then if you want to disrupt their drop area for whatever reason, you have that option. And onto the last card of the deck, we have 3 copies of Janemba, Agent Destruction. So Janemba is critical, auto, activate this skill. When you play it, you can get an energy back at the end of the turn. And then activate main, send it to the warp, you draw a card, and your opponent mills the top 3 cards of the deck. Yeah, okay, it's an Agent Destruction. Yeah, it can't come out for cost of nothing because it costs 4, but paying 3 for it is still perfectly fine anyway, because they're reducing the cost of the other body. And milling your opponent, but okay, the mill part can help them, it can disrupt them, it's all ifs and whatever, but you get to draw a card, and you get energy back at the end of the turn, so no harm in playing that. And there you go, guys, that is my Agent Destruction Barbody deck. So thanks for watching. If you got any comments, do let me know. If you feel like there's anything that should be in this deck, then yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Any help, whatever, go ahead, guys. Or if you're happy with this build, then let me know. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye bye.